There you go. Yep, and you're now live. It's Friday, 2nd of March, Martin Fowler Scrum, Agile Ventures. I'm happy to have Sam, Ryder, Praveen, Musa Monde, Crafty Coda, and Getty with me, Sigumagwa. So I would love to hear your reports. We can start with Getty. Getty, please.
Hi guys.
Hey, Goody.
Can you hear me?
Morning.
Okay, so nice to see you all today. So far, I'm done with my issues from the local support. However, I had a review from Sam to do what was it? I had a review from Sam to work on an issue, a volunteer ops issue. It was about what? I'm trying to check it out.
There was the I think it was for the it was for the events, and
I'm thinking what it was about, and I can't seem to put my head straight.
I think you'd added some additional fields for the volunteer ops, and that would just make, but I think that they need to be optional rather than required.
Okay, so I wrote to you a comment. The only required ones I set was the title. The only required ones I set was the title and description, and then I only validated the others for the length, not present.
Right. Okay. So no, maybe I'm wrong there. Actually, I guess if it's validating the length, it will allow them to be empty then.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I was worried that by validating the length that it would then require them. But maybe
no, they're still optional.
Okay. Oh, good. Then my bad. My apologies.
Okay. So right now I've just taken an issue from local support on how a super admin can enable an individual user to be a site admin. So that's the next issue I'm working on. So far, I don't have any blockers.
Okay, thank you, Getty. Thank you for that. And we move over to Crafty, maybe. I'm using the order that I can see here, so I'll be using that order to the end. Crafty?
Yeah, hi guys. My report, yesterday I told you that I was working on Fowler editor. I actually completed and it worked flawlessly on the blog site. So yeah, the other thing that I did was I am a bit ahead on I wanted. I just joined local support and I wanted so that I can start working on them. Maybe to start getting myself used to it and nothing else. I'm also doing a bit of JavaScript tutorials and setting up Babel and all that. Yeah, and I'm also today we have Python Kisumu, the one I told you about. We will be having a meetup on these sites and maybe we might broadcast it. I don't know if Sigu had planned for it or not, but we will see how things goes and we will update you on Slack. Yeah, nothing else, no blockers for me though.
All right, thank you, Crafty. Ryder, give us your report.
Hey, everybody. So the big personal thing for me is I continue to look for work on the Agile Ventures side. Sam and I will be pairing on Paranauts in about 45 minutes. And then we might pick it up for Monday's Elixir Mob too, which is pretty exciting. My only blocker is how much I hate selling myself, like talking myself up.
Hey, Ryder, it's been quite a while since we met, and I need to catch up on the leagues and stuff. And yeah, I'm trying to handle so much juggling too much over here, so that's why I've been lost.
I was just going to say to Ryder, we added you to the jobs feed channel. Are you seeing some interesting jobs go by there that you're applying to?
Yes. What I'm looking for is really specific, and there's lots of instances of it out there, but it really is that kind of old school collaborative extreme programming experience. And
right.
If it were one of these places like Pivotal Labs where you just pair all the time, that would be great.
Right. So we know Joao works in Pivotal in New York. We should put him. Yeah, we should put him in touch.
That'd be fantastic.
I'll do that right now.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks for that. Report from Praveen.
Yeah. Good evening, guys. So nothing much to report from my side. Been long away. I've been away for some time, so had a pairing session with Sam on ticket, so we'll update it today. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do today. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, welcome, Praveen. So sometimes when I'm off for quite a while, the first thing that I normally do, which Sam encouraged me, was to look at the open pull requests, just to do a review of them to get a glimpse of what's been happening. It's a nice way to get started back into the project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you could do that on the project that you're working on or a new project.
Yeah, so I'm working on the website one project.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this PR by me about hanging of GitHub contribution tasks.
Mm-hmm.
So I got stuck somewhere. So me and Nicholas had a pairing session first and tried to resolve it. After that, the only thing remained was writing test cases for it. So yeah, we'll do that, and yeah, we'll update the PR.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, to everyone else, in case you need a pair partner, you can always holler out. I think, is there a channel for that, Sam? For finding pair partners?
Well, we have the pairing notifications. I guess we did. I think we did create a channel. I mean, the key one is supposed to be coming into the Scrum to say hi. There's a channel called Pre-Pairing Chat. Which is basically a place where you can kind of like just hang out, kind of, you know.
It's where you prepare.
It's where you prepare for your pairing. It's yeah. I wonder if I can just generate a link to that so that everybody can find it. I'll just put it in. I'll put one in the. Here we go. I'll put it in the general in Slack. But maybe we should have a better system. I mean, part of the Paranauts project is it's partly supposed to be addressing this idea of, like, you know, getting you with a pair partner much more easily. But yeah, so sorry, I'll stop talking. But we definitely want to find any and all ways to help people find pair partners.
Yeah. So the reason I'm suggesting that is because I'm here with Getty, Malcolm, and Musa. And sometimes we have to pair within ourselves, and we need to find an easier way where anyone who wants to pair with us can easily pair with us, or even when they're not on site. And if Getty is looking for someone to pair with, it will be easier for her or Musa or Malcolm. Yeah. So we need also to improve on that as Agile Venture. Okay, so let's continue the reports. Over to Musa. Yeah, Musa, I haven't given him a report.
Okay, hi everyone. Okay, today I've just been learning each day. Today I've been learning a bit of JavaScript. And actually I continued working on my portfolio website. And I also helped a friend getting started with working on an issue on local support, Data Agile Ventures. Yeah, that's my report.
No blockers at all?
For now, no blockers.
Thank you, Musa. Then Sam, maybe your report.
Thanks, Sigu. Yes, so yeah, made some progress this morning. Last few changes to the Anthony Powell membership database. We're just getting set up to import their live data, and hopefully we can then hand that off and end that part of the project. Then other things, when we had the React mob, and yeah, actually fixed up an issue with React Bootstrap. Turned out that Bootstrap 4, I think, has been officially released now, and that wasn't playing well with the React Bootstrap. So nice to get that finished. Great to see Praveen there. Coming up, mentioning I'm going to be doing Paranauts pairing with Ryder very soon. This afternoon, we've got the Agile Dev Mob. We've got the Async Voter meeting, just sort of getting back in the saddle. Yes, there are various little bits and pieces. We had the local support meeting yesterday. There's just lots of little DevOps and admin stuff to sort out across the board. I also may be starting a kind of 20-hour-a-week new contract next week, which is going to be coding JavaScript, Electron, kind of machine learning natural language translation app that I have worked on before. So I might start to get more busy next week. But of course, this is always the thing. You know, people say they will pay you in advance, and then, but do they actually? Do they? So I can't tell. You know, until the money is actually in the bank account. You know, who knows? Also negotiating with the French group about the timeline for the paid project for the React Native and everything. Again, once they pay a deposit, we can then start moving forward on that. But yeah, all these things. This is my general advice if you're ever working in that contract thing: is there's lots and lots of talk, but it's all meaningless until people put money in your bank account, I would say.
Sounds very true.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the advice, Sam. So just out of curiosity, do you ever have a block other than time, Sam?
Well, time is, yeah, there's always thousands more things that I want to do that I can't do. It's yeah, but it's I you know, I think part of time being a blocker is basically being at peace with yourself about how much you can get done, because there's a limit to how much you get. And if you push yourself too hard, like I did the week before last, you make yourself ill, and then it takes a long time to recover. So it's sort of, you know, I think it's about enjoying the little moments of doing things. Like it was nice this morning to get that React Bootstrap thing fixed. You know, like you gotta try and pick little things that you enjoy and appreciate doing them, because there's only so much time in the day.
Yeah.
Sam, one notification, one suggestion for you. So have a look at apilayer.com. So it might help you in that translation stuff or whatever you're looking.
Maybe you could send me a link, but just share that in TED Talk. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure of the spelling, so yeah, if you send me the link to it, it'd be great.
Yeah, will do.
Thanks.
So we're running out of time. I can quickly give my report. Okay. So what I learned today was that setter methods in Ruby, they actually don't return the last line. They return the argument that you gave to it. That will be the return value of the setter method. Setter methods are those methods that have an equal sign towards the end, at the end of it.
Right.
So that was, yeah, that's something I never knew. I learned that today. Then I worked on improving the syllabus for the code school. After that, I started a blog on the hackathon, did some reviews on the pull request on local support and a website one. Then, no, I did not manage to do a review on the RFM. Okay. What else? File tax returns. I was planning to do that, but I'm getting an error, so I might have to visit their offices probably next week. After this, as a group, we're having a retro meeting for around 30 minutes to 45, max tops, 30, 45. After this, what else? I'll also be finishing the client work later in the evening. Blockers, just having a lazy day. No blocker really. Yeah, so I guess that's the end of the Scrum. Okay. Thank you. And Sam, just before you leave, and everyone else, some people normally have a problem with they usually have this imposter syndrome. They feel like they don't know enough to do particular work. What do you have about that, Sam, Ryder, or any other person?
So it's a good question. I think the main thing I would say is that it never goes away. The thing is, there's so much to learn that even once you get really confident in one area, there's going to be so many other areas like it and there's, you know, I mean, I think it is the case that as you go on in your career as a coder, that you can gradually get more things done, but you soon start taking it for granted. But you will, however good you get, you'll still run up against problems that kind of link down into lower levels of codes or other libraries that are just kind of intractable, and you're always at risk of feeling, I just don't know enough. And I think the trick is just to get comfortable with not knowing enough and saying, because it's ultimately true, the universe is this incredibly complex and crazy thing, not least the coding part of it. And any sense that we really know what we're doing is kind of an illusion. So if you can just kind of like learn to enjoy and relax the moment and be always learning, and there's always new stuff, you know, then, and realize everybody's an imposter and everybody's real. You know, it's about changing, you getting comfortable with the moment-to-moment things of what you're doing.
But Sam, what to do if we have the time constraint? You know, while working, I might get stuck, and it might take more time, and I have time constraints. So,
well, and then you have to juggle. You know, I mean, I think that we all have time constraints of one kind or another, whether it's, you know, different kinds of family commitments to our friends, to our job, to all this, that, and the other. And they've always got to be juggled. I guess the key thing, if possible, is don't be juggling a lack of confidence at the same time. You know, don't be juggling, well, this is, I mean, maybe, you know, if you don't enjoy the coding's not for you. I mean, that's got to be a reasonable approach. I think coding can be enjoyable if you can embrace the I'm behind, you know, the not knowing, you know, if you can embrace the learning thing. If you've got time constraints, then there's no magical thing that will suddenly say, okay, I've only got half an hour a week to learn React. I mean, you know, it's going to take a long time. I think if you've got severe time constraints, you've got to, you know, be realistic about what you can fit into the time available. I'll finish up. The key blocker I would say there is that if you're, you know, if you allow thinking that you have no time to prevent you from doing stuff. Like, I think if you spend half an hour per day, if you spend half an hour per day just repeatedly redoing little bits of React and not worry too much about your progress, you can have a great experience. But yeah, if you spend every day half an hour just worrying that you haven't got enough time, then that's not much fun, is it? Does that make any sense?
Yep, makes a lot of sense. So,
yeah, I'll just read out. And Ryder was saying he had to run. Yeah, he's saying working with others also helps tremendously combat imposter syndrome. Yeah, working in groups. That's I think the other big danger is if you're always doing things by yourself, then you're always thinking like, oh, everybody else seems to be managing fine, and I'm having trouble. But if I think you know, collaborative work, pairing, mobbing, all these things, just talking to each other, and realizing that everybody shares these, you know, challenges, lack of confidence, lack of time, and so on. And yeah, sorry, I haven't got a better magic bullet there for you, Praveen. But it's you know, if you're keen, if you're motivated, stay on the horse, use the time that you have, and just keep doing it regularly, and you'd be surprised how far you get, you know, if you can keep it consistent.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I guess that's it. End of Scrum. end of the short, sweet session. All right.
Thanks, Siggo. Great scrum. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.